Oh Lord, come on in here. I can't even believe this thing is already doing that. I guess I should have brought it down some more. Hey everybody. I'm on the Wi-Fi, so in case things get sticky around here, y'all know I'm gonna have to plug in the lanyard, the you know what I'm trying to say. I had no intention of going live today. I was sitting over here eating some. I had made my dinner. Then I was having my dessert, which was some coconut dream Keebler cookies. And I'm going to tell y'all while I'm going live. So everybody get on in. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Don't take a long time to hit the like button, please. Hallelujah. God bless all of you guys. Thank y'all so very much for joining me. I don't even know how long this live is going to be because I had no intention of going live at all today. I wasn't going to do it. I know I should, but I wasn't going to do it. Let me tell y'all something, and we may as well get to it. Let's forego all the formalities. Let me just get some stuff out of the way. Shout out to all of you that support the Mad Church Disease channel. The Cash App information is on the screen. The moderators will put the information in the chat. If you're supporting the show tonight, please do so. I would love and appreciate you for that. If you would like to keep up on all things Mad Church Disease, please subscribe to the Mad Church Disease newsletter. The link will be in the description for you as well. I don't think I have nothing else to say that I want to say. Let me say this. What's up, Respective Angle? Shout out to all the members. Shout out to all of you in the chat, all of you that shot over some Purple Hearts. Lynn, thank you. Lynn's first person. Moni, thank you so much for the Purple Hearts. I appreciate it. Sandra, too much. I love and appreciate you. Thank you. Betty Yellick, you are a breath of fresh air. Thank you so much, Sharon T. Leonard. CC. Hello, CC. Good to see you here. Betty, as I said, all of you. Y'all know, charge it to my head, not my heart. Beauty for ashes. Everybody tonight. I don't even know how to say what kind of mood I'm in. Let me tell you why I'm going live right now. I'm sitting back. So I am where I am. I is where I is. Okay. So I'm downstairs cooking my dinner. I keep getting these text messages. Did you hear? Did I hear what? About the COGIC church, about what's going on in the COGIC church. Ain't nothing going on in the COGIC church. They done reinstalled J. Drew. I mean, of course, ain't nothing out of the ordinary that's, not going on for any other denomination in any other church anywhere. So the person said, oh, well, so-and-so said. I said, oh, stop right there. Stop right there. Because y'all know how I am. Stop right there. Stop right there. Y'all listen to me. If you getting your information from them three blind mice over there, see how they dumb. Not how they gonna run, just how dumb they are. And I don't say no names over here, so you don't need to even put no names in the chat. Y'all know the rule. But y'all know who I'm talking about. I said to the person, first of all, I probably would not have gotten so upset if I didn't get so many text messages about this bull, okay? Because this is what this is. This is bull. Now, I am going to call William and Larry's name because they're the only ones that's significant. And I don't need to be mentioning nobody else. Now, y'all listen to me. Listen here, Daryl. First of all, why y'all you know what? Listen to me. Some people are determined to just be evil, mean, and wrong. And I do mean wrong. Some people are always trying to create controversy where there is no controversy. Some people are just determined to be reprobates. Some people are just determined to be ridiculous. Y'all listen to me and listen to me very carefully. Bishop Earl Carter has always been COGIC. Well, he's COGIC. He's in the COGIC church. Even though him and Bishop Blake fell out, Bishop Blake had him escorted one time from the building. Okay, Marcellus, calm down. You got to get this out. He is still COGIC. Now, y'all listen to me. For those of you that do not understand the history of this situation, I'm going to give you a history lesson in about 10 minutes. It's going to take me about 10 minutes to break all of this down for you and tell you I started to cuss, help me, Lord. What a nothing burger this is. These are people trying to inflame certain situations. And you let me tell you something, William McCrae. You let me tell you something. You coming out here threatening to put out information on people and all of this kind of foolishness is exactly what it is. It is foolishness, and it just allows people to continue to see you for who and what you are. I want you to understand me and hear me very, very well. No one cares. Nobody cares. No one cares, because you guys obviously have some type of problem with J. Sheard, whatever the problem may be in the COGIC church, because I hear this was one of the lowest attendance of, the inaugural, whatever it was, which in my opinion is all a bunch of bull anyway, because it's just men celebrating other men and all of this kind of stuff. Now, mind you, I don't mind people getting all dressed up and going to have dinner and all that kind of stuff. It is what it is. I don't give a flying flip. But what I do care about is people coming out in these YouTube streets and lying on folks. Let me go ahead and bring it up. Go ahead and bring it up, Marcellus, because you know how y'all, Marcellus. I got to do it. Let me do it. If you don't know who I'm talking about tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about Bishop Earl Carter. Did I do it wrong? Did I put it in the wrong spot? No, that's the right spot. What's wrong with this thing? Okay, well, take that off. Wait a minute. Because that is definitely, I didn't. Okay. Did I put it in the wrong? Wait. What did I do? Overlay. I think I put it in the, no, I didn't put it in the wrong spot. This stupid thing. Hold on, y'all. I apologize. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Hold on. I did put it in the wrong spot, though. I think. There we go. It's me. It's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer, because I'm too pissed off to even have this conversation. Because this is dumb as hell. I just want to say. And I was trying not to curse. If your children are in the room, I'm sorry. You can take this fair warning and go ahead and remove everybody out of the room that need to be removed. This is some dumb stuff. This is some dumb stuff, in my humble opinion. The people that sent me, it was more than one person, this stuff about Earl Carter, I was like, first of all, Earl Carter is COGIC. And one person said, oh, did you hear? They said that J. Sheard was about to leave the COGIC organization. I said, who told you that? And when they said who said it, I said, them three blind mice. Y'all getting y'all information from them three blind mice. Now, I don't know if the three blind mice said it or not. I don't care. All I know is the people was inundating me while I was trying to cook my darn dinner. Okay? So here we go. So now we having the conversation. Y'all listen to me. Because Bishop J. Sheard and Earl Carter are both COGIC. Y'all need to understand that. They're COGIC. They're both COGIC. Okay? They're both COGIC. Understand something. Bishop Carter has always been, he's, as far as I understand it, COGIC. He might have been something else. I don't know. But even though him and Bishop Blake was having their issues, he still was COGIC. He still was going to preach for COGIC ministers. He was still doing whatever he had to do. Now, let me, in full transparency, me and Bishop Earl Carter, we got history. Let me tell you what the history is. When he first came out and was talking about Bishop, well, let me go in order. I got to go in order. I'm strategic in what I do. Let me explain to you first why William is so darn mad. And making all these threats from what I hear. And I don't think anybody's afraid of you, William. You better understand that. Ain't nobody over there in that COGIC church scared of you at all, William. None of them. Because obviously, if that was the case, they would never let you through the doors again. But that's just a whole nother matter. And I don't have time to get into that either. But for those of you that want the history, let's go down memory lane here. I hate to do it, but I got to do it for full transparency and being the excellent vlogger that I am. I like to give you a well-rounded picture. Oh, y'all ready? Here we go. Let's go. Here we go. Many years ago, ladies and gentlemen, Bishop Earl Carter preached at the annual Holy Convocation. At the tail end of Bishop Earl Carter's sermon, Bishop Carter lit into some individuals at the end of his sermon. Now, many of you know I love everybody. I try and be as welcoming to everyone. I don't hold on to a lot of our traditional beliefs. I try to walk humbly when how I speak and how I address things. And just for full transparency, this is what happened at the tail end of the Holy Convocation years ago.
I got something for you. I got something for all these homosexuals just walking around here with your pocketbooks, with your tight pants and your bow tie, and you're walking like a girl. You need deliverance. I'm going to tell you why you're not delivered. And I'm going to tell you what's wrong with you. Walking around here looking like a sissy. And they don't want nobody to say nothing about you. I'm going to say something about you. You're perverted and you're lost. There is no anachronosis. Walking like a woman. You're a hybrid conundrum. You're confusing. And I blame some of these preachers. You got the sissies up there doing praise and worship. You know what that is? That is insidious preaching. That means sit there till something hits you by some kind of ambush. And I'm going to show you where even the priesthood was fired. In the book of Hosea, he said, I'm going to fire you because you stumbling in the day, in the night, and the people stumbling in the day, and my people are destroyed because of lack of knowledge. You are a cheap preacher. They can just pay you a car and some suits and alligator shoes. You'll be just like Ray Charles, and your assistant pastor is Stevie Wonder. You don't want to see nothing. But all you want is toys. You are a Toys R Us preacher. You're an avuncular preacher. You are the candy man. Because the candy man makes the world taste good. You make the world taste good. How much is the preacher in the window? Just give him some tithes.
Yes, sir.
Buy him a car. You're cheap. You're cheap. You won't tell him the truth because you want the numbers. You know who you are? You are Bishop Nimrod, that's pastoring a Babylonian church with a Walmart marketing system that cut the price to keep the people coming. You know that boy is a sissy. And listen, the Bible says the wicked struts when the violence of men are promoted.
Wow.
When they see sisters up here leading praise and worship, they say it's all right. You just gave them a license to sin. And God gonna get you. Fumas is coming with your diaphanous cheap self.
That's it. That's good.
All you want is a suit and some alligators. You're cheap.
Right.
Paul said, having all but possessing all but got nothing. What about kenosis? What about denying accolades? And what about denying honor and prestige and be like Jesus? Jesus gonna get you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
And so,
I said
as
cancel.
the
I
77th
said cancel. Don't know what cancel mean? All right, thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the history of Bishop Earl Carter. After that message was preached, all hell broke loose. I'm going to give you a piece of speculation here, and then I'm going to tell you what actually transpired. After this transpired, I'm quite sure, Bishop Blake being the leader that he was, I'm quite sure that he probably gave Bishop Earl Carter an opportunity because they felt like, well, let me put it to you this way. When you preach at the Holy Convocation, you're not just preaching to the people in that building, you are literally preaching to the world. The COGIC Church is one of the largest African-American denominations in the world. So when you get on that particular platform, you must learn and how to conduct yourself so that you can preach the word, so that the word lands where it needs to land. But you also have to know how to be skillful to do it. He could have preached that same word without preaching it the way that he preached it, in my opinion. Now, let me say this. At one particular point in this message, Bishop Carter says that the men should start bleeding from their butts because they want to be a girl. They should bleed from their butt. I mean, he went there. When I say he went there, he went there. He went there so much so to the point that even I came out and I said something to him about how he preached the message. I'm not going to say whether or not I agree or disagree. All I'm going to tell you is I think that he could have been a little bit more skilled with how he preached the message. When I came out and I made my statement about Bishop Carter, Bishop Carter got on his platform and he was pissed. Y'all hear me? He was mad. I mean, eyes red mad. I mean, he was pissed off at me. And y'all know I'm a commentator, so I talk about everything. With that being said, Bishop Carter and I got on the phone and we talked to one another. Just as a side note, Bishop Carter's nickname for me is Frog Face. If you didn't know that, I'm going to tell you right now, Bishop Carter's nickname for me is Frog Face. So if I call Bishop Earl Carter right now, I never announce myself as Marcellus or Mad Church Disease. I say, hello, Bishop Carter, this is Frog Face. And we both just fall out laughing. He had an issue with me. So we got on the phone. We resolved those issues like men, right? So we talked. I have no problem with Bishop Carter. We're good people. I'm good with him. He's good with me. We good. Okay. But that was the message that was preached. Now, me having my own background, I think that he could have been, in my humble opinion, I think he could have been a little bit more skillful because I think he's a very knowledgeable individual. I think he could have preached the word, and the word could have been, the Bible says that we have to be as wise as a serpent and as harmless as a dove. There's a way to preach a message sometimes when you have a larger platform where you have to be skillful at how you're doing it. Now, I know he might take offense to me saying it because he's older than I am. But I just want to, put that out there. I just think he could have been a lot more skillful. Now, when this message was preached, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure that Bishop Blake probably came. Now, this is the speculation part. I'm sure that he probably came to Bishop Carter and asked Bishop Carter to retract his statement or make a public statement. I don't know that Bishop Carter actually refused to make the statement, but I'm just telling you, I don't think, I think that that's when the war began. And so Bishop Blake actually came out and made a public statement against the statements of Bishop Earl Carter during this sermon. Okay. And then all hell broke loose. Bishop Carter and Bishop Blake began fighting with one another in social media. More or less, Bishop Carter started fighting with one another. Bishop Carter came out. He was saying all kinds of things against Bishop Blake. I mean, he was making statements saying that Bishop Blake was a homosexual and he got caught with this one and he got caught with that one. And it was reported to him. It was reported to him. And so he had all of these reports, right? But the whole time this is going on, he's still COGIC. So, when people have this whole notion that Bishop Carter was no longer COGIC, I don't know where the misconception comes from. Just because you're fighting with the presiding bishop at that time, I don't think that unless Bishop Blake signed some sort of proclamation banning him from the COGIC church, which I think would have been completely dangerous. I think that I can't pay y'all no attention in these chats for right now. I gotta stay focused. Unless he banned him from the COGIC church, he's going to be COGIC. He was always COGIC. He's going to continue to be COGIC. So listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. Those three blind mice, see how they dumb. See how they dumb. Over there, upset and mad, more or less. I feel like they're mad because of the message that Bishop Earl Carter preached. Not only are they upset, but one of them in particular, the ones William McCrae III. I think William is upset because, of course, Bishop Earl Carter. It has been alleged or rumored that at the particular time this sermon was being preached, that he was talking to William. That's alleged. Now, he didn't call William's name. All he said is, you're walking around with your bow tie. And we know that William is known for these bow ties. We also know that William is known for, trying to look like Louise Patterson and Karen Clark Sheard with all of these furs and these big fur hats and things. And so William has been on this tangent ever since then. And so now from what I hear, he is threatening to talk about J. Drew Sheard's father, Bishop Sheard, and some other stuff. The man, as far as I understand, he's dead, isn't he? He's gone. So I don't understand the vitriol, nor do I understand the incessive nature of always having to come out and to constantly, consistently keep going after Bishop Earl Carter. Listen to me. I want everybody to hear me. I don't agree with everything Bishop Carter says, but y'all listen to me very carefully. When you have been raised in church, you have to understand the COGIC church. The COGIC church is an old man's church. They are very traditional and very staunch in their belief system. And you have to understand, even though you might disagree with them, you still respect them. And here's another thing. If you don't even agree with the tradition, folks need to learn how to respect other people's tradition, because there are certain things that they believe traditionally that some people in the world have moved on from. But you must learn how to respect their tradition. I didn't say you had to agree with their tradition. I didn't say you had to prop up their tradition. I didn't say you had to promote their tradition. All I said was you need to learn how to be mature and respect their tradition. Okay? Now, when these three blind mice keep getting on their program and saying all kinds of stuff and having folks emailing and texting me while I'm trying to make my dinner, and I'm reading and looking at your text and responding to your text, because y'all know me, I will respond when you text me. Y'all know I respond. And they told me where they got this information. Talking about, well, Bishop J. Sheard is about to leave the COGIC church. Huh? Where you get that information from? Because he allowed Bishop Earl Carter to come and preach in his pulpit on a Sunday. All of a sudden means he's leaving the COGIC church. Where y'all getting this information from? And stop listening to everybody who don't know what they're talking about. What is wrong with y'all? Let me say this. Let me say this. What Bishop Sheard just showed you all and just told you all, which I knew this was going to happen. I knew this was going to happen, because can I tell you the truth? Can I real be honest with you? Most of the bishops in the COGIC church didn't like the fact that Bishop Blake came out and made that apology, and because they said it was against Earl Carter. A lot of the bishops in the COGIC church didn't like it. They didn't appreciate it, because a lot of them felt like the words that he spoke, and a lot of the people in the pew felt like the words that he spoke were biblical, and they felt like he had a right to say it. I do believe that there are certain things in that sermon he went way overboard with, telling people to bleed from their butt and all that kind of stuff. That was way over the top and totally unnecessary. Bishop Carter did not say anything that most of us have not heard in church, those of us who have been raised in church. He didn't say anything that anybody was unfamiliar with, except the bleeding from the butt part and all that other stuff. That other stuff was like, that was something else. So they were upset at the fact, a lot of the preachers were upset at the fact, and they supported Carter behind the scenes. Let me be frank. With every bishop, presiding bishop, that becomes the head of the COGIC church, there's always going to be a sect of people in the COGIC church who just don't like them. Okay? Some of the southern people down there in them southern states like Tennessee and North Carolina and South Carolina and Georgia and all of them folk, they feel like they want their presiding bishop to be from the South. Because I've heard it said from people in the COGIC church when Bishop Blake became the presiding bishop, this is what I heard other COGIC people say out of their mouth, that Bishop Blake was not a Christian and that Satan lived in California. I heard them say it with my own ears. And they were upset at the fact that they had a bishop from California because the devil lived here. That's what they said. Just telling you what I heard myself. And they love G.E. Patterson, and they could not imagine their lives without G.E. Patterson. G.E. is dead and gone, him and Louise. So y'all need to go ahead and move on, because G.E. is dead. Okay, he dead, he gone. Bountiful blessings is what you got left. Deal with it. Whatever iteration that they have of bountiful blessings at this point, you enjoy that and go on about your life. But you're going to get another bishop at some particular point in time. Now, here's the funny thing. Listen to me. I heard vloggers on this here internet before J. Sheard became the presiding bishop. I heard vloggers on this internet talking about, oh, they wanted J. Sheard and Karen because they would have been able, they're younger, and they would have been able to take the Church of God in Christ. They needed somebody younger who could blah 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 blah. Now all of a sudden everybody hate J. Drew. And didn't I tell y'all, those of you that followed me, I told y'all years ago, as soon as J. Drew Sheard got in this position, everybody was going to hate him and they were all going to be mad. This is just what church folks do. They beg you to become the presiding bishop, and they plead and vote for you, vote you in, and then complain about you once you get in the position. Let me tell you something. It's the same way with these vloggers and sometimes people in the comment. They hate you for the fact that you have your opinions. They love you and hate you all at the same time. They'll be right up in your comment section thinking they being slick and smart ass, and don't think that you're not paying them any attention with they slick, slimy selves. Like we can't recognize when they saying some old slick shit. You understand what I'm saying? But we can, and we see, and we know when you saying some old stupid crap. I'm just saying. But in order to be a mature blogger, sometimes you just have to learn how to ignore people and just go about your business, because some folk just gonna like you. Some folk, they're gonna hate you no matter what. So you ain't got no choice but to be hated. It is what it is. It is what it is. Now let me go on with this. Bishop Earl Carter is COGIC. And if you mad that they done brought, well, first of all, they didn't bring him back, because my statement is he ain't never went nowhere. He may not have been on the national stage, or he may not have been allowed on certain platforms, but Bishop Earl Carter ain't never gone nowhere. He's still been preaching. He's still been going out doing whatever he was doing amongst COGIC folk. Just because certain individuals may not have liked him, that's folks' issue, but he's still been allowed to carry on and do what he does. That is just the truth, you all. Anybody who tells you anything other than what I just said, they are lying to you. And here's another thing. Y'all want to drag up Bishop Earl Carter's past. Let me explain something to you. All of us have a past, and some of you got a whole present that you messing around with. Oh, Lord, help me. Shall I go there, Lord? Shall I go there? Should I go there? I want to wonder, should I go there? I mean, it's not like Bishop Earl Carter was caught in a hotel with a pink dildo up his behind. I'm just saying, it ain't like that. That was Bishop Carter. You can somehow people superimpose your picture into a you in a picture. No, that wasn't Bishop Carter. Let me say this. It wasn't Bishop Carter's lover who was on Tasha K saying he saw PrEP medication and he was taking PrEP medication and all that. It wasn't Bishop Carter. I'm just saying. So you all can spin all these narratives and tell all these lies about Bishop Carter all you want to, but you listen to me. There is something called bearing false witness for all these paper Bible saved folk. You listen to me very carefully. All these paper Bible people talking about you love the Lord and you one of his prophets and you one of his servants. You listen to me. There's something called bearing false witness against folks. And there are prices to be paid for getting on the internet and telling a whole bunch of lies on somebody. And let me just say this. It's also evil for you to become angry at someone because someone was invited into a pulpit to preach. And then you want to target their father and target their parents because you're upset. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Bishop Earl Carter has always been a bishop. He's always been Bishop Earl Carter. So long as I've known, he's always. I'm just saying. You all are just ridiculous as far as I'm concerned. Just ridiculous. And them three blind mice, see how they dumb? See how they dumb. You're going to make a whole conversation, and they bring William into this stuff because William, he's a firecracker. He just going to fly off the handle at the smallest thing. And they bring him on because they know William knows a little bit of history. William is normally right about 20% of the time. Trust me when I tell you. That other 80 be just as wrong as wrong could be. And he makes up stuff. Just make it up. Just make it up. And just be prepared. If you come out here and be saying all this stuff about people, Just be prepared that some of these people might hit you with a lawsuit like they did before, and you'll be somewhere crying on your phone, crying and talking all slow. I don't know why you, oh, sir, I apologize, and I apologize, and I said I was sorry. And don't be surprised. Don't be surprised you get out here talking about Bishop Carter like that, and somebody mess around and hit your behind with a lawsuit. Just don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. Because a lot of times these people are tired of these people getting over here doing all of that foolishness. They just are. And this is the crazy part about this for me. You all are, you got the internet abuzz and ablaze talking about Bishop Earl Carter and J. Sheard. Listen to me. That's J. Sheard's pulpit. He can have whoever he wants to have in his pulpit. Now, J. Sheard can't tell you this, but I can. If you mad about it, just go talk to God about it. But in other words, you can go ahead and kiss their ass, because they're not worried about whether or not you upset that he invited somebody into his pulpit. No, J. Drew ain't gonna never tell you to kiss his ass. I'll tell you, kiss his ass. He don't care. He don't care. He don't care. He don't care. So you go on and wiggle and wiggle away with your bow tie and your furs and keep on complaining and going live. Listen to me. This is how I feel. I'm sorry. I have to tell you the truth. This is really how I feel. If they still let your ass roam around like a gazelle with a glued on hairpiece and glued on eyelashes and glued on nails, and all your toes go to the left, then why the hell can't Bishop Earl Carter be in there too? It's the zoo. You all going to the zoo. There's lions, there's tigers, there's bears, there's gazelles, there's all kind of shit at the zoo. And as far as I'm concerned, the whole damn thing is a zoo. So you think with your Goldilocks gold hair, you should be allowed to roam free in the Serengeti. But Bishop Earl Carter is supposed to be somewhere in a corner, and he's not supposed to be heard from or seen from for the rest of his life. Are you kidding me? The whole damn thing is the zoo. I'm just saying. And if you mean to tell me that them three blind mice could come on the internet and have a nerve to say what they're saying from what people are telling me, because I don't know, because I'll be honest with you, I didn't hear it in totality. I did not listen to it at all. I didn't. I'm just reporting on what people sent to me. Don't come over here with me with that stuff. And I'm gonna be real honest with you. The next time one of y'all send me a video, and I need to put this on a short. If you're gonna send me a video of Clarence McClendon preaching a message, tell me why you're sending me the video. Don't just arbitrarily send me a video, because I don't watch these people. Then the people were sending me videos about Clarence. And then one lady had the nerve today. Glory to God. I'm glad I can talk about this. I'm sorry, y'all. I just got to get this out of my system. She had the nerve today to send me a video about, no, it wasn't sent. She put the video in the comments section of one of my videos on YouTube. And I clicked on the video to go see what the video was about. And the people was lying their ass off through the video. Lying their asses off through the video. I don't even like Clarence, but I know that they was lying on the man. And I'm not going to tell you what video it was. And I damn sure ain't going to show you, because they was freaking lying. It's one thing for you to dislike the pastor or the preacher or whatever, but it's another thing for you to get on the internet and just bold-faced lie. I mean, just bold-faced lie. What you lying about Clarence for? He does so much bullshit that the truth is enough. The truth is enough. I guess you thought because it was Clarence McClendon that I was going to somehow lose my brain and my scruples and just listen to the bullshit that you just recited in a video. And then I was just going to go gung-ho on the stuff that you reported. Not me. No. That's not me. That's not me. I came on this internet to tell y'all First of all, y'all need to stop just listening to people just to be listening to people. You need to listen to understand and hear what people are saying and be able to recognize when it's bullshit. Because what I just experienced over the last 2-3 hours is bullshit. This whole J. Drew Sheard and Earl Carter situation is bull. It's just bull. That's what it is. It's bull. I don't believe J. Drew Sheard is leaving no COGIC. And Earl Carter's always been COGIC. He ain't never been nowhere. He was just mad at Bishop Blake. And him and Bishop Blake was having fights and going back and forth. Earl Carter was saying some stuff that I wish he didn't say. Because to be honest with you, I'm gonna be real honest. If you ever have a conversation with Bishop Earl Carter, he's not a mean man. He's not a mean person. If you talk to him, he's not a mean man. He's not a mean man at all. At all, if you have a conversation with him. Now, y'all got to keep in mind, a little bit after this happened, the man lost his wife. So now he's coming down to the tail end of his life with no spouse. I don't know if he has a new spouse or he has somebody in his life right now. I'm assuming he probably doesn't. But, to be his age and to come down to the close of your life and to be alone, he has his children, because I've seen his son, and he talks about his son and his daughter coming over to help him and stuff, but I mean, get over it. Get over it. It's been years. So what? Get over it. We have to get over some of you on this here internet saying the craziest stuff that you say. And I'm going to be honest with you. God is my solemn witness. I just don't pay you any attention anymore. I'm not watching none of your videos. I'm not watching any of your stuff. I'm just not doing it anymore. When I get off of this live, I'm going to get up off of this live and I'm going to go find me something to watch on one of the 3 platforms that I'm paying for. I got that Stars deal for a whole year for $23. Anybody else get that Stars deal for $23 for the whole year? I'm going to find me something on Stars or Amazon Prime or Netflix. Or one of these ones that I pay for. I pay for HBO Max, Stars. What do I pay for? HBO Max and Stars. I don't think and the Amazon Prime, because that comes with my Prime membership. But I'm just saying, that's just factored in. And them movies be so old on Amazon Prime. I mean, come on, y'all. I mean, we really need to send Jeff Bezos into space so we can get rid of him. Maybe we can get some newer movies on there. I'm just saying. Now, the G20 movie was good with Viola Davis that Daryl told me to watch the other day. That was pretty good. But I mean, it was pretty good, but I spent last night watching Reacher on Amazon Prime. Anybody like Reacher? I love Reacher. Reacher's pretty cool. But anyway, y'all get over this stuff. And William, let me tell you something. If you mad, so damn what? So damn what? So damn what? Every time I look at you, I get mad. Every time I look at you, I get mad. I'd be like, Lord, when are they going to come and collect this body? Because he's been dead for years. You look like a dead white lady. That's what you look like. You look like a dead white lady. And I said it, and I don't care what you think. You look like a dead white lady with gold hair. And that's why that Granny McCrae page over there on Instagram gives me my whole life. Let me tell you. Oh, bless God. EBBI Shanama. I thank God. EBBBI Shondo. You hear me? It gives me my whole life. I can't wait till that Granny McCrae page comes out with a new video. I make sure every night before I go to bed, I check. I'd be like, do they have a new video? Hilarious. Because you are a character. You are a character. And most of the people in the COGIC churches, these people are characters. Even those of us who are out here on the internet, we all characters too, shit. You understand what I'm saying? We all characters. I don't take none of this stuff serious. I really do not take any of this. I don't even take myself too serious anymore. I think all of this stuff is just bullshit. It's all bullshit. So what you worried about? You leave them people alone, William. You are leaving people alone. They let you drive the van at their convention and make money off of the old people and the old ladies. You run around there driving the van, picking people up. You understand? You the Uber of the COGIC convention. What are you talking about? maybe they should come over there and tell you can't do Uber no more and collect them little $5 or $20, whatever you making, so you can get you a $5 box. I'm serious, dude. Calm down. It's not that serious, bro. It's not. Calm down. Leave these people alone. Go on about your business. They let you come in. They letting you come to their churches. You still wearing these big old hats and wigs and weaves and girdles and all this kind of stuff. And they still let you come in and sit your happy ass down and enjoy the service just like everybody else. Calm down. Just calm down. I don't think that for me, this is a nothing burger. And don't y'all let nobody get y'all all upset at no Earl Carter, because of what Earl Carter said back in the day. Let me just tell you this. I think if you scratch him too hard, he might say it again. he may not say it on the national platform, but if you hit Earl Carter too hard, he gonna probably say the same thing again. I'm just saying, Earl is not about to let you, he's not about to let you treat him like he's no schoolgirl. I'm just telling you that right now. You gonna get your ass handed to you. Literally, he gonna hand you your ass back. I'm just saying. So don't go over there messing with no Earl Carter. Leave Earl alone. And he don't need me to defend him. And if Earl says something stupid again, I'm gonna come out here and I'm gonna talk about it again. But before I talk about it, I'm gonna call him on the phone first. Here's how it goes. Earl, frog face here. And we both just fall out laughing. That's what we do. We just fall out laughing. Because we don't have to agree along to get along. But it's one thing to be vindictive. It's another thing to be adversarial. It's another thing to be, just coming after a person just to be coming after a person. That's just not right. You understand what I'm saying? And you threatening J. Drew's situation with his dead father, because that's what I heard. That's what I heard. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I heard. And if that is the case, William, just stop. Just stop. Don't nobody care. The man is dead. So listen to me. Let me tell y'all something else. And since I'm on the subject, why don't I go ahead and talk about this? Y'all act like misappropriation of funds hasn't been going on in the COGIC church for years and years and years and generations. You ninjas over there in the COGIC church steal a whole lot of money. That's why I call it the Church of God in crooks. Now, wait a minute now. We talking about misappropriation of funds? Now, William, we don't want to talk about that now, do we? Because I saw some videos that said some people rented a van for you to drive at the COGIC convention and you never paid them people their money. That's what I heard. Talk about misappropriation of funds. Don't you still owe some people? I'm just asking the questions. I don't know. But everybody's so rich. But they got to have people to rent the vans for them. And they got to have everybody to send them $20,000 so they can get their music made. But everybody's so rich. And it never dawns on y'all to use y'all brain and to use y'all thought pattern. Wait a minute. If you rich, you don't need my money. You don't need my money. Go do it on your own. You don't need my money. Why I'm funding your career? Y'all don't ever think like that? I'm just saying. The whole thing is just dumb as hell to me. That's all I'm saying. And you do not have to like it, but it is the truth. I done gave y'all the history and the background. William, if you still salty because the man said you was walking around there with your bow tie and you was over there switching like a girl, then oh well, William, you should have just wrote him a letter or called him on the phone and said, Earl, the reason why I walked this way is because I got on these girdles. You should have called Earl on the phone and say, Earl, I'm not switching. I just got on these damn girdles and they too tight and I'm trying to suck up on my stomach. That's what you should have said. That's what you should have sent him a message and let him know. You could call Earl on the phone. Call him. Just call him on the phone and tell him, say, hey, man, I got on these girdles. And that's why I'm walking like this. And all my toes go to the left. That's all you had to tell him. All his toes go to the left. Even the ones on the right foot, they go in the opposite direction. I ain't never seen nothing like it in my whole life. Father and the God. I ain't never seen nothing like it in my life. Honestly, William, you ought to spend your time in the prayer line, because at some point in time, you're going to run into some major issues with your feet. You really are, if you haven't already done it. But I think that's another reason why you talk so slow. I think you talk so slow because you on some kind of pain medication for them damn feet. That's why I think you talk so slow. And them damn girdles, because you can't breathe, nigga. Leave Earl Carter alone. And leave J. Drew Sheard alone. Just because y'all mad and these COGIC damn people, you know, it don't matter who is in the presiding bishop's position, somebody gonna always be fucking complaining. I'm not even in the COGIC church, but I know how y'all operate. And it's just so tiresome. So tiresome. You wanted a pope. So whomever the pope that you went into your room and you checked off the box for, live with the pope you have and deal with it. This is the watered down version of the Negro pope that you have. Suck it up, deal with them until you get an opportunity to vote and get somebody else in there. Shut the hell up. Because here's what's going to happen. I'm gonna predict something right now. Watch this. I'm good at this. I swear to y'all, I'm good at this. All y'all gonna do is start pumping up another man that you want to be the presiding bishop. Lynn, you help me out because I don't forgot the name. What's the one that used to be over the youth department, the dark-skinned man that everybody's so in love with? What's his name? No, this ain't no Patron. Y'all know what this is? This is apple cider. Believe it or not, this is apple cider. Because I wanted some soda, but I was like, I can't drink no soda because it just breaks out my whole face. Ain't his name Linwood something? Linwood? Did I say that right? Lynn, you let me know. The one that used to be over the youth department, they said. Y'all listen to me. Linwood Dillard. Y'all think y'all slick. Y'all gonna mess around and well, first of all, they ain't gonna make him the presiding bishop. I think he's too young, and these old men, they gonna fight tooth and nail. But y'all gonna mess around and try to get y'all another young bishop, because J. Drew is still kind of young for the COGIC church. Because normally y'all have the COGIC bishops that once they step down from being a bishop, they die a couple of years later. You know, Bishop Blake is hanging on for dear life, but he don't know where he at. I mean, you could take him to Baskin Robbins and he would think he was at church. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And as much as I love Bishop Blake, you could take Bishop Blake to the flower shop and he gonna be like, praise him, praise him. Praise him. Praise him. I'm just saying. Y'all love to put these men up that as soon as they step down, you say, oh, the Demetrius, and the next thing you know, they dead. I'm just saying. Poor mother Willie Mae Rivers. They had to put somebody else in the place. Next thing you know, Willie Mae dead. Everybody die after the COGIC. You done served in COGIC. They make you wait till you're 90 years old before you can get into one of these damn positions. And then when you do get into them, and you can only work for so many years, and then the next thing you know, you're dead. You don't even put young people up in leadership positions. You know why? Because old men don't want to submit to no young man. They don't want no young man telling them what to do. They pissed off at J. Drew Sheard. They don't really want to submit to this youngin, because to them, he's still a youngin. I'm just saying, y'all. Okay, what do I know? I don't know nothing. Whatever. Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. And you're going to keep doing the same stuff over and over again. That's the back history. That's what happened today. And that's the reason why I'm on here talking like I'm talking. Because I was trying to make my dinner. I can't even stir my dinner on the stove. I got off the phone from talking with my moderator so that I could cook dinner. Then I'm start making dinner. Then all of a sudden my phone just going off. I mean, people are sending me all kinds of stuff. And I'm just like, wow, for Earl Carter? And Drew, niggas. And I'm trying to tell y'all, them 3 blind mice is dumb as hell. They just dumb as hell over there. And they always stirring up the pot and always trying to create some drama where there is no drama. Same way what they did with Donnie McClurkin a couple of weeks back. They had to stir up some old mess with Donnie McClurkin. And here we go again. This week is J. Drew Sheard and Bishop Earl Carter. Come on, give me a break. Shout out to all of you that are watching the program. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link. Now, you might disagree with me. You might think I went too far. You are free to come up and give your thoughts, because y'all know I'm not scared. Just as long as when you come on, you're not screaming and hollering at me, I'm fine, because I'm a mature individual. I know how to listen at what you're saying and respond properly. But this is crazy. I told the moderators, I was like, I got to finish my dinner. I got to make dinner. I was hungry. And then while I'm trying to cook my dinner, here I go, my phone going off. Oh my God, J. Drew Sheard is leaving the COGIC church. What? Yeah, Earl Carter this and what? And then I even sent the people a message. I said, well, if I want to know something, I'll just call Earl Carter myself. I'll just call him on the phone. He's not a mean man. If you're confused about something, call him. I'm just saying, but William, you know damn well you shouldn't be out here on this here internet having shit to say about nobody being welcomed back into the COGIC church. As long as they tolerate your ass, you the last person that should ever open up your mouth about somebody being a part of the COGIC church. And listen to me, I mean every word that I just said. You are the last person who should be saying anything about anybody who is welcomed in the COGIC church. And I mean that from the bottom of my sanctified heart. Tina, I'm on my way to you. Make sure you unmute yourself, Tina, because right now you're muted. I'm just saying, you the last person, William.
Saying, I think, believe it or not, I think most of the preachers, if not all, majority, probably agree with what Bishop Earl Carter said. But the thing about what he done, not because he could have sat down and could have came back, but the way he went after Bishop Blake so hard,
right,
did so many videos. Not only that, he practically did videos on almost all of the general board, more pastors, all up in the culture. You can't do that and think you're gonna come back and everything is okay. And what made people might be hard feeling on him is about the disrespect, about how many videos he did and how he went after people. But then again, he apologized. He's apologized more than one time. So if we as Christians, so-called Christians, and you can't accept his apology and let the man get back in the church, well, what are you living for? And I think, and I think what it is, unfortunately, a lot of people look at what Bishop Sheard did not like is wrong, but they're looking at it as being political because of he just got elected for a presiding bishop. I believe he waited till after he got the presiding bishop in order to bring Bishop Carter back, because what's happened now is because he brought him back. Now he can preach everywhere now because the doors were shut after what he did with Bishop Blake. He couldn't go to a lot of pastors' church because of what's happened, because it was like an endorsement, because Bishop Drew Sheard brought him out his church. He's endorsed now.
Well, can I tell you something, Tina? I'm just gonna tell you real talk. Earl Carter's still been preaching at some of these other.
Yes, he has.
He's been traveling.
Yes, he has. But I'm just saying, but to be officially recognized in order to get back to preach at the different conferences, this had to happen.
Okay,
this had to happen. He couldn't do that.
Okay, well, Tina, now this is where let me tell you what we might disagree at. Y'all recognize Andrew Caldwell. Y'all recognized William McCrae in that COGIC church. William had a license in the COGIC church. He was a licensed minister in the COGIC church. The COGIC church recognizes a whole lot of stuff in the COGIC church. This is a statement that I'm going to make. You said yourself that Bishop Earl Carter apologized. I said to you, I don't think it was wisdom how he conveyed the message. I think
Oh
some
no.
of the things that he said in the message were I just would have never said, especially on a platform like that. I think he should have, you know, I love Bishop Blake. Don't get me wrong. I love Bishop Blake. But I looked at it like this, Tina. This is where we're gonna disagree. It wasn't my fight. I don't know what information Bishop Carter really had on Bishop Blake, whether that information was true or not. So you know what I did? I stayed away from it. I didn't even listen to the videos. I didn't watch none of the stuff. That's why I can't tell you nothing, because I don't know.
But let me say this. I've heard Bishop Carter been preaching a long time. They say the first time he said nothing. It's the first time that
Right.
people heard it on a national level. He
Right.
been preaching like that. He can't even keep churches because he's so hard on the members. He done had numerous of churches. He cannot keep pastors. That's why he's an evangelist. He's not a good pastor because he beat up on people. You can't beat up on people and other people gonna leave. But the thing about it, let me tell you about COGIC. A lot of people don't understand. Presiding Bishop ain't powerful in COGIC. It's the local pastors, it's the superintendent, it's the local bishop.
Right.
They can bring Bishop Carter in, but more than likely they probably would not bring him in because Bishop Blake said no. Some people follow that.
Right.
Now because Bishop Sheard done brought him in and his local church, I believe the door is going to be officially open. Like I can say, he was preaching at some churches. I'm not saying he wasn't, but to officially be recognized by Bishop Sheard, this had to happen. And I believe, and I'm just saying this, I believe, and what's happening is you have a first presiding bishop, which is Bishop Macklin. You have the second presiding bishop. What's the man name? He the one that recognized, gave Caldwell Wooten. He the gave, he gave Caldwell his minister license, which I'm questioning that. Period.
Right.
Like, but he has the authority to do that.
But see, here's the thing. On a national level, the world is also looking at that, and it's also making a mockery of the church in situations like that. So here's what I always say: you have to be, you in my opinion, this is just my opinion, you can't be so, oh, Earl Carter is so bad, but Wooten is over here giving this other idiot license and putting him up in the pulpit and letting him preach, and amongst some of these other preachers that they have in COGIC. And I know some COGIC people feel like, well, why in the world is these people who are not COGIC have so much to say about COGIC? Let me tell you why we have so much to say. Because y'all always in our face, and y'all always trying to tell us about you can't join in, you got to be born in. We don't bring this situation to the public, y'all do. And so since it's in the public and it's in the public space, we'll talk about it. And then that other guy over there, William, is forever talking about the COGIC church and bringing all of this stuff out about the COGIC church. Tina, in my humble opinion, you said it yourself. Earl Carter apologized. I don't know whether he apologized to Bishop Blake. I don't know.
He said I believe he did have a talk with Bishop Blake, and I believe that they did work it out. But the thing about it, like I said, Bishop Carter was just in his flesh when he went out there. I mean, that's what no God in there. And you cannot preach by how you supposed to hold your tongue and do everything when you know you was in your flesh when you went after that man.
Yeah, he was
to
angry.
me that caused me to look at him different. Like, because he just went so hard. It was just ridiculous. He called the man, he did call the man that he even went after the man's son. Talk about what kind of dad that he was like, and the son said he admitted that son ain't forgiving him about what he did
now listen,
to his dad.
Now listen to you, me, Tina. I stayed away from that whole situation. The only thing I saw when Carter went to the convention, I think the following year, they escorted him out. And
Yep.
Bishop Carter was on video, and I saw
Yeah.
him being escorted out. And when he started making those videos, first of all, I know I'm going to be a little bit biased because I love Bishop Blake. So I was like, I'm not going to get out here and be defending Bishop Blake because people are going to be talking about, oh, you know, I wasn't going to do that. So I'm going to let Carter and Blake have a thing, because I'll be honest with you, there probably was some history there that we don't know nothing about between the two of them. I know I don't personally know anything about it. I know there might be some of you all in COGIC that do know the history. I just know I could not speak from an educated position on it, so I stayed away from it.
Well, I think this is what happened. He said this is not that. He said he could have sat down, but I think he's always said the one thing that he felt like Bishop Blake didn't come back to him and took his side. He kind of felt like the pressure was on Blake nationally, and Bishop Blake cared more about what the people said instead of Bishop Blake coming back to him and sitting him down and saying, this is why you need to sit down. He said he said Bishop Blake told him that they were going to work it out, and he lied and he didn't come back. But I believe what you said too. There was a lot of preachers and pastors that did not agree with what Bishop Blake did to Bishop Carter. Bishop Carter been preaching over 50 years. So he probably been at every one pastor, probably been at if not all the pastors, almost every last pastor in the Church of God in Christ did a revival at one time or another. Right. He had a lot of support.
Well, I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know.
I know, but he lost a lot of people thinking because of the way he acted. I believe a lot of people lost respect, but I don't believe Bishop Sheard would have brought him in to that church if he didn't have support behind the scenes telling them it's time to put this behind. Right. It's but time to put it. He got sick, and I don't even understand. Now I did watch that. I'm gonna tell you why William McCray is mad. He wanna say that they should get him. Now William McCray did have a license. They pulled the license from him because of the way he acted on social media. Now he wanna say if they pull the license from him, why they bringing Bishop Carter back, and I want to say that is two different things.
Yes, it is.
COGIC will never accept William McCray as no elder again. Bishop Sheard not going to accept him. That's not going to happen.
Well, he might.
So I don't know where he. I don't know where he trying to get. I don't know where he figured that's going to happen.
He might run to be the first lady, but they sure ain't gonna let him be no.
No, he is not gonna get no license. He's not gonna get no license. Now the reason why, and I watched. I don't know if you did, but
well, I don't.
Andrew Caldwell.
Go ahead.
Andrew Caldwell trial sermon was on the internet. I watched it because I wanted to see. To me, this is my opinion. If we as Christians feel like you can be changed, Andrew Caldwell is just not as flamboyant, in my opinion, as William McCray.
Okay.
Not that I saw why he was preaching his sermon.
Well,
I feel like maybe he has.
Give me a moment. Hold on, Tina. Let me say this. I'm not against whatever the decision that Wooten, because his comes without the T. Y'all got to know. Wooden. Yeah. Wooden. So whatever decision that Wooden made, that's his decision. But when you start your trial sermon off by giving the scripture and then turn into the preacher talking about, is that the correct way of saying that? Chances are you need a little bit more training. You need a little bit more information before you're able to get up at the pulpit. I just think Andrew Caldwell is just not prepared. I don't think that he's ready for that kind of spotlight. And I think it's an embarrassment to the COGIC church, because to tell you the truth, well, I'll hush on that note, but go ahead. Tina.
Well, really, I don't know about that, but like I said, as him being a pastor, like I told you before, pastors have a lot of authority in Church of God in Christ, and even Bishop Sheard may not even agree with that, but he really don't have no say. Local pastors run the local church. Bishop William is a jurisdictional bishop, so he got even more authority. So who gonna tell him he can't license a man? Ain't nobody gonna tell him he can't license
Right.
Andrew
Right.
Carter. That's not gonna happen.
Right. And I'm
Now
fine.
I don't know
I'm
what
fine.
goes behind that, but the word on the street is he's closer to his wife.
Christine,
I'm just gonna put it out there.
I got you, Christine. I'm gonna need you to stop. You crazy, Christine. You've been messing with me all darn day. I don't care. Even if you can't read, you should go learn how to read, and you should try to learn how to read. All of these excuses that folks have. I mean, come on. I'm just saying. But Tina, I really do appreciate you coming up and sharing your thoughts with me. Thank you so much. Everybody.
All right, but I'm gonna say this. But look at and maybe look at what's happening. I believe a lot of stuff because he has gotten elected again to another term. This may not be the first surprise.
Well, I'm gonna tell y'all.
I believe everybody count Bishop do shit. I believe everybody look at him as being a weak man, and he is not a weak man.
No, I don't think.
Any means.
I don't think he is either. I think he's like y'all Donald Trump. Y'all don't realize it, and y'all haven't recognized it. But I think he's about to shake y'all up for the next 4 years. And so,
definitely.
So it is what it is. So I don't feel nothing. And you know what I'm gonna tell y'all too. I sense an environment surrounding him and Karen that they are like joining hands with each other. Because that first term they had to put up with a lot of stuff that they didn't want to put up with, and I think on this term they're gonna shift it. They're gonna shift that, and so we shall see. But I wish you well, Tina. Thank you so much for coming up and sharing with me. I appreciate you. Lord, that was Tina. Tina say, "Nah, y'all better back up." Listen, I told y'all how I feel about this. Listen, I disagreed with some of the things that Bishop Carter said in that first message, but I wouldn't have said those things the way that he said them. I'd have probably said them a little differently based on the tradition and how the belief system is. But a lot of these people in the COGIC church, I just look at like I do my elders. I just be like, okay, I understand how you feel and what you think. We just don't have to agree. It's just simple as that. I'm serious. That's just how I look at it. But yeah, y'all better calm down. Well, yeah, Jesse, I agree. Especially, well, how do I say this in a nice way? Jesse, with all the mess that the COGIC church allows to go on, they don't have room to be talking about who's welcome and who's welcome and who not welcome. Because let me tell you something, the upper echelon of the COGIC church had all kinds of people in positions. I'm just saying. One of them was on his way to jail for essaying individual, but the statute of limitations ran out, so they weren't able to try him. I'm just saying. And they let him keep his position and do all of his stuff. I'm just saying. Now, we can't go around here talking about who should be let in and who shouldn't be let out. And let me tell you something, William, if you complaining about Bishop Earl Carter being in the COGIC church, think about this, William. You in there too. So, yeah. Isn't it funny how Earl Carter's in a whole bunch of mess that he didn't even start? He probably at home somewhere eating some cantaloupe and he don't even know but these people done stirred up a whole bunch of mess. He probably over there having some watermelon and don't even know. The internet is talking about him. Lord Jesus. God bless him. I tell you. Oh Lord, this is crazy. That's crazy to me. And Kevin, listen to me. Some of these people and their traditions, I get it. I'm just be like, listen, I done walked away from it. You're not going to make me fight about scripture. I'm not going to get into no debates and no arguments. I'm just not doing it. Y'all can fight on in Jesus' name. I'm just not doing it no more. It expounds too much energy. You know what I'm saying? But I am gonna come out here and tell y'all about these damn 3 blind mice and see how they done over there stirring up all this damn controversy all the damn time. I don't like that. I don't like that. It's not right. And then for you trying to threaten some man because you don't like the fact that he allowed somebody to preach in his pulpit. That's his pulpit. Get your own damn pulpit and invite who you want. And you're going to complain about who the man had in his pulpit. Ain't that a mess? The sense of entitlement. No, I don't even remember that, Darnell. Oh, I would have loved to hear that. See, I told y'all I don't be out there like that. I don't be listening. Darnell, find that call for me and send me the link. I need to hear that, Darnell. I didn't even know that. Ain't that what the old people eat? Rich, they love cantaloupe. My grandmama loved cantaloupe. I'm just saying. Look, Lynn don't never forget nothing. Lynn is like an elephant. She don't forget nothing. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Let me tell you something, Kevin. Listen here. Earl Carter was so mad at me. When I tell you he was so mad at me, I went in his chat one time. This was before we had our phone conversation. I was like, oh, I'm good. I'm not mad at you, anything, blah, blah, blah. He was so mad at me. He went off on me on his live. Get away from my chat. Get out of here. And then guess what I did? I told his black behind, I ain't going nowhere. And as a matter of fact, since you so mad, I sent him $20. I said, I'm about to super chat you $20. I sent him $20. He was so mad. I sent him $20. I said, you can keep on being mad. I'm not offended because you saying, whatever you saying, calling me names and all of this kind of stuff. I said, but dude, I sent him $20. He was hot, Kevin. When I tell you he was hot, he was hot. He was so mad. It was so funny to me, though. Right? Right? But see, here's the funny thing. Ain't nobody talking about young blood and all the lies and crap that fool done talked about. They still over there talking about TD Jakes is dumb and all that mess. I'm just saying. Don't get me started, Jesse. I'm going to tell you something, Lady Wisdom. I believe that if let me just say this. Let me speak for me. I think anybody who gets really, really angry can detach your emotions from what you're doing. I can't speak for everybody. There have been times on this here internet, Lady Wisdom, that I have been so angry and so upset that I've been somewhat detached from my emotions through the situations. And I was wrong. I can admit I was wrong. You understand what I'm saying? So there are times when you black out, like you get so pissed off. And I'll be honest, there's something there between Blake and Carter that I feel like we just don't know. There was something there, because for another man to go that hard at somebody, first of all, I feel like Bishop Carter was embarrassed by all of that. I really feel like he was embarrassed. And when a person gets embarrassed like that, Lady Wisdom, sometimes they just lose it. Because they allow their emotions to take over instead of letting their logic take over. Because believe it or not, there were more people for Earl Carter than were against him. If you really want to know the truth, I've talked to numerous pastors and numerous people and numerous preachers and so forth. There were way more people supportive of Earl Carter than there were against him. I'm just being honest. I've talked with COGIC preachers. I've talked with preachers outside of COGIC. A lot of people supported Earl. I'm just saying, y'all. A lot of people supported him. I'm just saying. So it is what it is. But I just thought I'd point that out. And shout out to Sandra Too Much for your $4.99 support, Sandra. I appreciate that. Thank you so very much. And I love and appreciate you. Thank you so very much. I don't know if I said that before. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just trying to be balanced. I just try to be balanced. Yeah, well, Daryl, listen here. That's why I keep saying the COGIC church, we can't really, you got to have some balance. Like, you can't, on the one hand, be accepting one crazy preacher, and then on the other hand, you don't want to take on the other preacher that you deem to be crazy. You understand what I'm saying? Because there's enough crazy to go around in COGIC. Okay, let me move on before Lynn chops off my head. Let me move on. You know what? I'm trying. I really am. I just don't like the way certain vloggers do business. Like, I don't like the way they do business. It's like, come on, man. What are you doing? So you're going to let that man sit over there on a platform and go after the presiding bishop of an organization because he's mad that they let another man come back in, and now he want to spill the beans about funny money when all of the money over there at COGIC is funny. And I don't care what y'all say. Y'all can get mad at me all you want to. I know of what I speak, so I don't need to back up off of that. Yeah, moving right along. And Lady Wisdom say he's immature. Yeah, I agree. I'm not going to disagree. On some level, he might have been immature. But I mean, Lady Wisdom, don't we all have our immature moments at times? I mean, we all kind of do, right? I know I do. I can't speak for y'all, but I can speak for me. And listen, Bishop Blake forgave him. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, it is what it is. If his son doesn't forgive him, hopefully in time, time tends to, take away a lot of stuff at times, especially when you realize your own humanity and your own inability sometimes to hit the mark. It kind of brings on a sense of humility, because I think a lot of times unforgiveness is steeped in pride. You can't forgive a person for what they've done to you because you're in pride and you're being prideful because you want to be right. And you don't want the person to be looked upon a certain way, and you don't want to be looked at a certain way. So it creates a lot of pride in all of us. I don't just say them, I say us, because I'm human. I get in those kind of situations, and I'm sure your ass do too. So let's not all assume, we're not all, getting in prideful situations and letting our emotions sometimes get the best of us. I know I did. Shit, I was on here for a damn 4 years hollering and screaming and oh God. Oh Lord, I just think about it and I just go, Lord help me. What in God's green earth? Oh, I have to breathe. What was I thinking? Lord Jesus. I sure did send him $20. No, he didn't. Did he send me the $20 back, Lynn? Was you there? I don't remember, Lynn. Did he send me the $20 back? Because I sure sent him $20, y'all. He was mad at me. He was so mad. I said, I don't care what you think. I still love you, and I'm going to send you this $20. Lynn, did he send me the $20 back? I forgot. Oh, man, he might have sent me the $20 back, y'all. I ain't going to lie. Oh, Lady Wisdom. Listen to me. Lady Wisdom. Listen. Earl Carter was so mad at me, and I didn't get in my emotions. I was like, you know what? I'm not about to let Earl Carter make me mad at him, because I wasn't mad at him. But 8 years, yeah. Sometimes we stay in a wilderness situation for 40. When God is trying to get us to a promised land and to a promised place, but we keep going around in circles. Oh God, I wish I had time. Now don't make me go there, Lady Wisdom. I was on this internet since 2019, going around the same damn mountain over and 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 over again. And at some point, I had to do like the rich young ruler and come to myself and go, wait a minute, why am I on this internet having this conversation with a Negro I don't even care nothing about? Lord, get me out of this. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to do something else. I did it for 4 years, 5 years. I'm just saying. And I realized in retrospect, Lady Wisdom, that a lot of those people, that person was trying to manipulate the situation because they were doing things behind the scenes that they know wasn't right. But when you can make things appear one way, it was like magic. I kid you not. It was magic what was happening. Demonic stuff is what was going on. Everyone is redeemable if they're willing to turn. Absolutely. I agree with that too. Somebody said a vlogger did that to me. They refunded him. Listen here, Kevin. I don't care. But here's the funny thing. I've sent him more money after that $20. Lynn, did he give you that $20 back? Lynn, you got to tell me in the comments because I'm going down the comments now. I declare unto God, I do not remember, because Kevin, he probably gave me that $20 back. Oh, he was so mad at me, Kevin. I swear he was so mad. Oh, man, he was hot. Yeah, I'm with you, Lady Wisdom. I'm with you because I love Bishop Blake. But see, here's the difference between me and you, Lady Wisdom. I didn't listen to none of it. I didn't listen to absolutely none of it. I didn't listen to a word of it. I said, I'm not getting involved with that. I wasn't going to do that. Shout out to Tasha Global, who gifted 5 memberships. If you got your membership from Tasha Global, please make sure that you say thank you to Tasha Global. Thank you so much, Tasha Global, for your support. I appreciate it. Oh, that's so funny. That is so funny. Okay. God is agape love, said Bishop Carter exposed Blake. Okay. I don't even know what the expose was. I can't even lie. I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't even know. Because I be trying to like, if stuff, I be like, I don't even want to go there. Tara said, leave us alone. I'm just saying, Tara. He called him Carletta. Lord have. Oh, look at all y'all in the back. I'm sorry. I didn't see y'all there. Daryl, you here twice. Can you hear me, Daryl? Which one of these Daryls do I need to get rid of? Because one of them's on mute. Daryl, you there? Let me remove this one. Daryl. Okay, let me keep going down the list here. Earl Carter. Yeah, we know, Rita. We know what he said. Hey, Daryl. Oh, there you are. I don't know why I can't hear you. Are you talking? Daryl, you're still logged in 2 times, though. I got you in the back twice. Okay. Yeah, that is too funny. I'm not reading your comment out loud, though, Rita. You're not about to get me. I done told y'all I love Bishop Blake, and I ain't reading your comment out loud. I'm not putting it on the screen. You in timeout. Oh, Lord, you in timeout. And shout out to all of you that are part of the revolution. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate that. Jesse, Nicole, C, Kiki H, Melanie Queen, Ebony Woods. Shout out to you guys. You guys need to go back and listen to some of them private lives so y'all can understand me a little bit better. Lord, I need to do another live too soon. Somebody say he should have just said nothing, being a 10-year difference just out of respect. Well, you know what, Tara, I agree. If I was Bishop Earl Carter, I wouldn't have said anything, but I probably would have caused a shitstorm behind the scenes. Oh, Lord, the preachers would have known how I felt, and Blake would have known how I felt, but the public would have never known how I felt. The only way y'all would have known is if somebody would have came out there and told it, because I wouldn't have said nothing. Hey, Daryl.
Hey there, can you hear me now?
I can, sir.
Okay, sorry about that.
That's all right.
Weird. No, I just wanted to hop on, and I love the commentary that you did this evening about Bishop Earl Carter. I just want to say, like, as much mess as that old mother Francine Carter has said on that pulpit for years and years and years, and y'all are still mad about what somebody said about almost 10 years ago? Come on, man.
Didn't they just have her pray?
Yeah.
I saw the convention. She was sitting in her seat, and the young man gave her the mic and went right on and led her pray. I'm just saying.
And you also hit the nail on the coffin about every time they have a presiding bishop, there's always mess. There's always like, oh, he ain't holy. Oh, he's taking it too far. And I don't understand the issue that they have with Bishop Sheard. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Bishop Sheard is, and it's not just because I'm from Detroit, but Bishop Sheard is an honorable brother. He's a good, solid dude. He's loving and caring to his wife. He got COGIC royalty with Karen Clark Sheard, and there's still an issue. Like I said it in the chat. They literally trying to prop up Wooden's crazy behind to go head to head with him. And I'm like, why? What is the issue besides the fact that you said it? He's not from the South, so he's not from the Bible Belt.
Mm-hmm.
So he moves into a progressive form
Mm-hmm.
of leadership, and a lot of those old Southern Baptist preachers don't like that. That's why you get this upheaval, like the nerve of some of these like podcasters saying, "Oh, he's just too conform." Conform to what?
What do they mean by that? Do you know what they mean by
I
that?
have no idea. I think it's just the fact, especially with the whole Kamala and election. You know, there was a lot of podcasters from COGIC like, "Oh, he's just going too far. Why are you voting for Kamala when you need to be voting for Trump?" And I'm like, "Why are you voting for Trump? Why are you, as a black man of God, why are you supporting somebody like that? And you got an attitude because he is using his platform to support a female woman of color when 90% of his denomination is ran by women. Let's be clear about that."
Right. Well, I think, Daryl, me personally, and from a personal note, do I have issues with certain things that he said in the sermon? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do I think as a skilled, articulate, educated preacher that he could have maneuvered better through that message? Absolutely, I do.
Yeah.
But like I said earlier in our program, that ain't nothing that we have not heard in church our entire lives. And although I felt like it was on a national stage and he probably shouldn't have preached it there, but we've all heard this, and we've heard a lot worse.
And let's also be clear. Bishop Blake was 100% correct in shutting him down on that national level. He was 100% correct in doing that. And they still.
Hold on. Let me not to raise my little finger up. Let me raise my little finger. I just think like this. If okay, you came out with a public apology and you apologize for the COGIC organization and the statement that he made. But I don't feel like you should have, or I think that, well, let me put it this way. I feel like Earl Carter was embarrassed by it, and that's what angered him so. But I think Bishop Earl Carter let his emotions get the best of him because I think he had a lot more people for him than against him. But I think the proper thing to do, what I would have done, now this is just me, I would have brought the next day that they issued that statement, because they were still in convention, if my mind serves me right. I would have brought Earl Carter up on the stage and I would have said, "I love this brother. We support and love this brother. He is still a part of us." And I would have made sure that Earl Carter knew that what I did was not out of spite or out of, to make him look bad or feel bad. I just think as a leader, that's important, because you don't have to agree with what a person says to still love them and respect them. And I think that Earl Carter, for the years that he had been in there, they had loved him and respected him. And I think that just throwing him out there like that, that's just my opinion. It's just my opinion. I just think throwing him away like that, when you got all these other folk up in there, and I ain't gonna call no names, but you know exactly what I'm talking about, to just toss him to the wind like that, I just felt like that was a little inappropriate. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, it could have been tactfully done differently. Yeah. I will say that. I think that as a presider, he was 100% in his right in challenging the sermon that was given to him. But could have been done differently? Absolutely. Anything could. Hindsight is always 20/20. But I just think, like, these three knuckleheads need to go somewhere. First of all, I'm ready for somebody from any denominations to be like, these three jugheads do not represent the body of Christ. They are provocateurs and problematic, and they should not be treated with the respect that they try to go after on numerous occasions.
Right.
I'm just ready for somebody to just say it. Do not listen to these.
But I don't know what they said. In full transparency,
neither do I.
I did not watch their program.
Neither do I. And quite frankly, we don't need to listen.
Right.
We do not need to listen to them.
Right. What I'm going to say is this: it just seems that there is no balance to how they present the information. Because the people that was hitting me up while I was cooking my dinner was thoroughly confused. They were thoroughly confused. And I was like, I don't think that's right. And the person got really surprised when I said, well, I'll just call Earl Carter and ask him. They was like, what? And then I said, I'll just call him and ask him. And I was like, Because he's not a bad person. He's not a mean person. If you call him and you talk to him or you allow him to speak to you, now he has certain feelings about certain things, but most older saints do.
Yeah.
And you know, that doesn't mean I'm going to throw you away. You don't throw your grandmama away. Shit, you know, your grandma don't, she believes half of the stuff that folks say anyway. You're not over there telling your grandmama, well, grandmama, you crazy and da-da-da. You just respect them. You may move on and just do what you do, but I'm not gonna throw Earl Carter because you know some folk just mad at Earl Carter. You get over it.
Yeah, and like I said, like you're mad at Earl Carter for rhetoric that he said in the convocation, but I will keep saying this. Y'all mad at him, but Bishop Wooden had Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson at his church. I'm gonna keep saying that. I'm gonna keep saying that. He had that madman at his church talking to his congregation. Madness and rhetoric. I will keep saying that. I will keep saying that.
But I think Wooten is as an agitator. He does certain things to evoke a response from social media because otherwise no one else would pay him any attention. Mm-hmm. And I think he does that. And him and Demetrius Senegal have that in common because nobody would listen to either one of them. Mm-hmm. So they found a niche in social media. So they're always trying to put something out in social media to get us to talk about them. And as a vlogger, you have to be savvy and aware enough to recognize that these people are trying to provoke you to say something or to do something, and you shouldn't allow these people to have a rule over your emotions like that. Now, let me just say this. K. Rich says, do you think there's an agenda to destroy the Black family, Black pride, Black progress, traditional roles? I'm talking sexy red, twerking, booty shorts, bonnets, mass incarceration, broken homes. Well, K. Rich, in my humble opinion, we've always had twerking, we've always had booty shorts, we've always had bonnets and mass incarceration. This is nothing new. I think because of social media and because the quickness of how we get our information, it's more in our face and we get the news faster. Now, here's what I do believe as far as the agenda to destroy the Black family. It is to get people to not be civically or politically involved. That's what destroys the Black family. It is when you are not aware of what's going on in your local level. And then once it gets to the federal level, in my opinion, it's just far too late. People need to start, concentrating because there are a whole lot more attacks going on civically that are attacking the Black family and trying to squash us that we need to be paying attention to. That's just my humble opinion.
Let me also reiterate that from my historical background, like when you bring in entertainers like sexy, these entertainers are what they are, entertainers, and all you gotta do is change the channel. There was Little Kim when I was a little kid. In the 70s, there was Millie Jackson. So it's just like,
right.
All you gotta do is,
and she was grabbing the penis. I mean,
oh my God,
I'm just saying.
And the same thing that my mom did is the same thing other people gotta do. Change the channel, control your house. Make God first, and that will change the rhetoric of it. Is there an agenda to attack the Black family? Yeah, it's a political agenda. If you want to talk about a political agenda, yeah, but we're talking about some totally.
I feel like this, and maybe I need to talk about this in a private live. There's always been same gender loving people on earth.
Yeah.
These people keep talking about, oh, it's just more than it's ever been. No, it's not. My mother had a friend. And I'm just saying, ever since, listen, let me tell y'all something. This ain't nothing new. And so I'm just like, I'm just surprised by how people, conduct themselves. It's a mess to me.
Let's be clear. Little Richard came from the church.
Right.
I mean, I'm just going to just leave it at that. And up until he died, he was a member of the church. So, I think we just going to have, it's what you said earlier. Like, there is a time and a place for everything. Bishop Carter was from a time where it was okay to speak those type of, I don't want to say rhetoric, but rhetoric right. in the church pulpit. It's not cool today. It's just not. Yeah. It's just not. It's a progressive statement. So,
well, I mean, I think, and I would hope that Bishop Carter would never do that again. Because of what happened and the fallout from it. But, I don't know. But, you ask some of these people, you never know.
And let's be clear, you brought up Bishop G. Patterson. There were people that was upset that Bishop G. Patterson was the presiding bishop at one time. It's always
But you
gonna
know
be
why do you know why they was mad at him?
Oh, I know the history. I know that.
Oh,
My
okay.
grandmother. So a little bit about me. My grandmother was a part of New Jerusalem in Detroit with his dad, and was there with the whole split with him and his uncle. So
but if you think about it, they hated him at first, and then they fell in love with him because he's an awesome preacher.
Yeah.
Great dude. So I don't know. And I don't care what y'all say. Bishop Blake and Bishop Patterson were, they were political in a sense because they understood how to maneuver through the COGIC church, because that is all political, by the way, you guys. But I do believe they were just good guys. You know what I'm saying? I don't have anything to say against GE, or I love GE Patterson. Now.
I love Bishop GE Patterson. My heart hurt when he passed away.
Yeah, I can repeat more of his sermons than a lot of other people.
But one thing I will critique about Bishop Sheard today, Bishop GE Patterson wouldn't have put up with Bishop Wooden's nonsense. He would have took him to the side and say, stay in your lane and hold the front. If you're going to be a bishop in the Church of God in Christ, we're not tolerating this. Bishop Patterson would shut that down.
Yeah. Well, and I think a check was involved, and I don't know how much of a shutdown that would have been. But I think there was a check involved. But Kevin, let me just tell you, when a person sends you your money back, they real mad at you. I was really surprised because Lynn said he sent me my money back, and I was like, I had forgot about it. It's been so long. But I don't have anything against Bishop Earl Carter. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he was mad at me when he was cussing me out. I was laughing because I didn't think I didn't have any hatred in my heart for the man, which I still don't. I think he's funny. I think he reminds me of my grandparents and the elders. That's how they behave and that's how they talk, and I just chuckle when I hear my grandmama say some old crazy stuff that I don't agree with. I just be laughing. Y'all get all in y'all feelings like that? I know I don't. I really don't. Do y'all get in y'all feelings? I really don't. I'd be like, my grandmama was crazy. I'd be looking at grandmama. Sometimes she'd be looking at me crazy. And sometimes I'd be looking at her crazy because they said all kind of stuff. I'm not kidding. I told you my grandmother shot my granddaddy in the behind. Shoot, this all kinds of stuff happens. So I'm just saying, are Black people progressing? Is the church helping Black people to progress? Daryl, you want to tackle that one? I'm on hush. I'm not even going.
What's the question? Are Black people progressing? Is the church helping people to progress? To be honest, the institutional church? No. I'll keep it a buck. I mean, this is a conversation that a lot of people have been discussing. Like, the Black church has strained away a little bit. I think we're too focused on numbers, both monetary and congressionally. I think especially COVID showcased to us as a community that we got a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. There are ministers that are too busy focusing on keeping the church open while the communities are struggling. We talked about this weeks ago. You just talked about that bishop in Brooklyn that is literally,
he's still raising money.
That's ridiculous.
Now y'all listen to me. The deadline was what, 2 days ago? Was the 11th. It's now the 13th, and this man is still raising money.
Yeah, but see, but my question to that is, how many soup kitchens are opened up in that neighborhood that he supports or funding, or how many shelters is that church supporting and funding?
With 50 people, not very many.
Exactly.
The Terrence has some wisdom on the screen for us. He said, the stupid neither forgive nor forget. The naive forgive and forget, but the wise forgive but never forget. I think that's a good statement. That's a very good statement.
It's a powerful statement.
Yeah, that's very good. Very good.
And to acolyte of diamonds, I'm aware of Bishop Wooden and Bishop G. Patterson's relationship, and like I said before, he wouldn't be cutting up if Bishop Patterson was presiding prelate.
And don't get me wrong, COGIC people do help people. I'm not saying that they don't. I don't want it to be ever said that I said that COGIC people don't help people. I know COGIC people help people because I know COGIC people that I help that help people. So I know they help people. So I wouldn't ever say that. But there's some crooks over there. But there's crooks everywhere. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Don't K Rich, the church is not helping others progress. Okay. So he says, so another conference, and who did they convert? Oh, who knows? That's ridiculous. Kevin, I saw that. You will be blessed better than that before, brother. Wow. I don't know who it was. Wow. All right, Kevin. Well, thank you so much for your $4.99, Kevin. I promise you, I ain't sending nothing back. I am not sending you your $4.99 back, Kevin. Thank the Lord. I think that this is funny, but a mess. You know what, Gerald? Me too. This is hilarious to me. Like, I first got mad. I got mad because I was trying to make my dinner. And I was like, why are y'all texting me with this foolishness? And then I would look, I was like, and then when I asked the person, I said, who told you this? And then they said, well, such and such said. I said, them three? You texting me about something that them three done said? You got to be kidding me. And then I really got mad because I was like, I know you're not trying to ruin my dinner because of them three. It's just not happening. Not at all. Oh, my goodness. Listen, let me tell you something. Nicole, me and Earl Carter had a time. It was hilarious. It was so funny. I'm surprised y'all missed that. It was really funny. Thank you for your support, Kevin. We really do appreciate it. Lord, it was funny. Just hilarious. It was hilarious. Although I didn't hear it all. I never heard anyone say anything about Bishop Sheard leaving. Well, you know what? And that's probably true. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing that I recognize and understand. Some of these people in these comments hear what they want to hear. You will say one thing and they'll take the one thing you say and go and hear it a different way and go run with it. And notice that's why I didn't come out here saying they said it. I'm just telling you what somebody told me they said. And I told you in full transparency, I don't listen to them. So I don't know what they said. So you can take that with a grain of salt. I'm serious. I don't know what they said. And Ronald, you're probably right. Because some of these people just hear what they want to hear. And it made me so mad. Like, why are you coming and texting me while I'm making my dinner, talking to me about something that three other people done said? I don't care nothing about what they done said. You know, and I know that's not proper English, but I really don't care what they done said. I don't care. And I meant that. I just really don't care. I'm sorry. I know y'all, it's hard for y'all to believe that. The majority don't have a problem. Gravitate to the positive, not the negative. You're right. And Christine, you know we're going to talk about it. Do you think our people value traditional values anymore? Yes, overwhelmingly and statistically, Black people are still more conservative than any other race of people, believe it or not. And I could talk a little bit more about that, but I don't want to go down this road, because a lot of times what they say is happening a lot of times in our community, it's not happening in our community. They're waiting on our community to accept more things in order for them to make it more spread further. But we vote conservatively. Believe it or not, Black people are very conservative. That's why when they said a lot of these Black people voted for Donald Trump, I wasn't surprised by it. I really wasn't. Values, a bad word. Now, I don't think values are a bad word. What about conservative values? I think how you define conservative values, and I'll pivot to Daryl here in a second. It depends on how you define the conservative values, because some people's conservative values are lies and manipulation. It's not really a conservative value. They're lying about that. And that's just how I feel. And I don't think we should shun having conservative value. If your value system is your value system, just like I started off in this program saying, what did I say before you all? We have to respect other people's beliefs and traditions. The one thing I do not like about our society right now that's really infuriating me, and that's from everybody's side. You cannot ask people and demand people your rights if you can't, respect the rights of others to disagree with what you feel like you have a right to have or to be or whatever. Because there are some people who think differently, and you have to know how to maneuver around that and be cordial and respectful. What I think we've gotten into in our society is we've gotten into a level of disrespect of each other that is now rippling throughout our society, and its ripple effect is affecting us in ways that we don't even know tangibly what it's doing to us. But I think down in a few years from now, the after effects of what we've been doing for the last 15 to 20 years is going to meet us in our future. I really, 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 really believe that. And we really do need to shift how we think and how we position it. Your thoughts on that, Daryl?
Okay, Rich, you bring some nice questions tonight. I to answer your question, yeah, historically speaking, African Americans are incredibly conservative, both fiscally and conservatively. However, a lot of the systems and programs that are offered to us is due to the fact that although we are conservative, we do not fiscally or monetarily live conservatively. Like it and a lot of that's due to historically due to the fact that we don't have wealth equality. So there's a that's a whole nother
Right.
conversation. But in terms of our political background, yeah, our morals of men and women, that comes from the church, that comes from the perspective of the Bible. But it's like a 50-50 split. Like we vote at times conservatively outside of the political presidential race, but I do feel like we have liberal views based on historical reasoning. But I think if we were not in a system of oppression, we will be Republicans, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. If we understood that old Republican Party, if it was before,
Yeah.
I think a lot more black people would be.
Mhm.
Somebody says Bishop Sheard's decision waxes dumb, just like Jake's was dumb for his decision. Okay. Now we might disagree. I don't agree. And you might want to come up to tell me why you feel like the decision was dumb. And how it was dumb. I don't really understand that part. I think Jake's decision was in response to a dumb man coming up with a dumb letter and a dumb plan, thinking that he could get $6 million from somebody. I thought that was dumb. To me, that's dumb. I don't think Jake's deciding to, file a lawsuit against somebody who was trying to extort him for $6 million. I don't think that's dumb. And I think fundamentally we're just going to disagree on that. I just don't feel like that's dumb. And I'll just leave it there. Not today. You know what I'm gonna do, Kelly? I'm gonna be honest. I think I'm gonna call Carter tomorrow, and I'm gonna be like, Carter, do you know how much you done upset? I'll be like, Carter, do you know what's happening? And I'm telling you, hopefully he'll. I know as soon as I say, hey, this is Frog Face, he gonna know who I am because he calls me Frog Face, which is really hilarious. That's our running joke. Because when I
That's
call,
funny.
I never say my name when I call. I just say, hey, this is the Frog Face here, and he just starts laughing. We just crack up. But I am gonna call him. Gonna call him.
And going back to the three jugheads again, all of them like pushing this whole Jakes situation. Like outside of what you think about Bishop Jakes, this whole story is pure unadulterated extortion of the highest level.
Yeah.
And it's just the fact that it's sleazy. When you think about it, it's sleazy. The story that he is pushing not only is convoluted and nonsense, but you're talking about sexual assault
Right.
that you are accusing a minister of doing without any proof.
Yeah.
Everything that he's saying is hearsay. There's no proof of this.
Let me tell y'all a funny story because I see Jesse bringing up Lil Kim again. Let me tell y'all something. I don't know if I told my private chat. Let me tell y'all this story. When I first started going to Church of the Harvest, pastored by Clarence McClendon, my sister, I think, when I first started going there, she drove a little 2-door like Datsun. It's like a 2-door Datsun. And I needed to go to church one night. And I said, I hated for my sister to drive me to church, first of all, because it was just always something. And I'm one of these people, I don't like waiting on people to pick me up or to drop me off to do anything. I just rather go do it myself. Now, at the time, I don't think I had a car. So I asked my sister to take me to go to church. Why did my sister pull up into the Church of the Harvest parking lot playing Little Kim? How many licks does it take to get to the center? I was so embarrassed. And I mean, she had it up loud. And I was like, I just hopped out of the car real fast and shut the door so she could go about her business. But my sister back in the day too, she had it on the answering machine. When people would call the house, little Kim would be on the answering machine telling me how many licks does it take to get to the center. I was like, oh, I would be so embarrassed. But funny story, y'all should have saw me hopping out of that car. Hilarious, but I got a million. But that's just, it is what it is. And I agree with you, Kevin. And I think sometimes people just need to stop trying to fight stuff and start talking to God for real in their spirit about certain things and letting the Holy Spirit talk to them. And I'll just leave it there, you know. Yeah, but we always had black pride as well. I don't know. It seems that we're not progressing well. Just my opinion. Well, if we're not progressing well, it's just because we're not together well. Anything that's not together well won't progress well. That's just my opinion.
Let me iterate. Can I reiterate on that? Because
Sure.
we talked about that weeks ago about how the black church is just full of competition about who has the biggest church, and there is no partnership or support of churches like they used to be back in the day, like fellowships, like actual fellowships. Like they used to be like revivals where churches go to other churches, or like there would be like partner revival churches. Like I don't know if you ever heard of First Baptist Glenarden outside of DC. Love that church. They do like a New Year's revival where they partner with another church. I forgot. I think it's Greater St. Stephen's AME outside of DC. And they come together and fellowship every New Year's week. And it's like all the major leaders in DC area come together and worship. And it's just, there's nothing about it. It's just like a fellowship. And you don't see that on a regular basis. And I think that's another issue that's playing a role into like the course that we are in for the black movement. Because I said it before and I said it again, every major movement started from the black church, civil rights movement, NAACP, and we don't see that anymore. It's too much competition. There's not enough camaraderie or one accord.
Well, I asked somebody the other day, what does the NAACP do? Because I'll be honest with you, have you ever received a postcard, a letter, anything from the NAACP? They got to know we black and they got to know we still here on earth, right?
No. And it goes back to money. Like the Detroit chapter, the NAACP is the biggest chapter in the country. And it's all based on the fact that the majority of the black people in Detroit work for the big three. So they go after them for the money to support the chapters. Pretty much that's it. That's all it is known for.
And the NAACP ought to have the name, address, and phone number of every black living in America. At least your name, number, and phone number, even if you're not a member. When something go down, they should still be able to call you. There's mailing list services out there where you can literally get the names of black people. Like you could buy the names. Like who's run? Anyway, let's go on, Marcellus, because I'll be here all night with that. I get pissed off when people get in my inbox telling me, yeah, I know, Jesse. Let me tell you something, Jesse. That bothered me today. It really bothered me today. Because normally I don't get annoyed because I'm in a place of peace. So I was like, when they sent him, and then I said, well, where you getting this information? Y'all should have saw me. I was so mad. Can no one out preach G.E. Patterson, Nathan Simmons, Iona Locker, Jackie McCullough, the best preachers of the time? I'll give you Jackie McCullough. I'll give you G.E. Patterson, but you can have Nathan Simmons and Iona Lock. I'm sorry, you can have both of them. You can have them both. You can have them both. I'm sorry, and I like Iona, but no, nope, not at all.
Yeah, there's some more. I really enjoyed Bishop Norman Ragnar back in the day.
Yeah. Well, that was Iona's leader.
But
she came out of that.
She had so many leaders. That's another thing about Iona Lock. There were so many people that she claimed was her pastor. It's just like at one time Bishop Winans was her pastor. So
yeah, I saw that. He had us singing that solo that one time. Did you ever see that video?
I saw that video. Yeah.
I'm going right along. I ain't about to mess with. Look, I don't know if St. James is still in the chat, but see, I'm surprised St. James don't have that up, playing that every week, torturing the heck out of the rest of us. I tell you, Lord, I'll tell you, that thing was hilarious. I'm gonna see Lil' Kim in June. I can't wait. Listen, are you sure you're gonna see Lil' Kim? is it gonna be Lil Kim you gonna see? I'm just saying, because I don't think you're gonna go see Lil Kim. Lil Kim's starting to look like that person in that movie, The Saw I saw. Have you ever seen the movie Saw? She started to look like that dude in Saw. I was like, ooh. And I love, let me just tell you something about Lil Kim. When Lil Kim, when she had an old face and just her regular hair with no makeup on, Little Kim was cute.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you something. Little Kim was cute. I'm like, oh, wow. I see why Biggie was on her. You know what I'm saying? But when she started doing all of that stuff, I was like, oh, God, no.
Yeah.
I don't know why women do that today. So my pastor's ringtone was "Drop It Like It's Hot." That was hilarious. Y'all better leave me alone tonight. Let me go on.
What's going on, St. James? I see you in the chat.
That is hilarious. What do you say? Keep on moving.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Bishop McMurray, too. Yeah. Well, really? I didn't know that. Was she out here for a minute? I didn't know that.
For a hot minute.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, I know he's still using Manasseh, torturing the hell out of all of us. Y'all pray for St. James that the Spirit of the Lord will fall on him, that he might know that it's time to move on past Manasseh. The Spirit of the Lord need to fall on him. Because I tell you, Marcellus, that was what Larry and Trio says. Sorry for the confusion. I would never say. I don't know what they say. I ain't even gonna lie. I don't know what they said. I don't know what in totality. I'm just reporting it as it was reported unto me, as Earl Carter would say. It was reported unto me. And I was just like, why are y'all talking about this man? And what does Bishop Sheard's father have to do with him being allowed back in to preach? Like, that has nothing to do with one another.
That's gross. And I said it in the chat. Bishop Shears lost his mom and dad to COVID within a 6-month period. So to bring that up is gross. That's gross.
Yeah. It's actually, that's why I'll be honest with y'all. I don't watch these folks no more. And I used to watch them just for a good laugh. I don't even do that no more. I can't because to hear people say things while looking like a clown, you understand what I'm saying? I just cannot do it. And I'm just going to tell you, and y'all need to pay very close attention to what I'm going to say. One of the persons that I love so much was Joe Clark in Lean On Me. Let me tell y'all something. Joe Clark told them people in that school board meeting, he say, that's why I threw them bastards out. And that's all I'm going to say. Thanks everyone for watching. Your support means the world to us. Please make sure that you hit the like button, and please make sure that you subscribe to the channel, and make sure you hit the bell icon, and make sure you press all notifications so that way you will never miss any of the exclusive content that comes on my channel. Make sure that you never miss a video. Now, I try to go live every day about 2:30 Pacific Standard Time, which is about 5:30 Eastern Standard Time, and then I come back at night at around 8:30 Pacific Standard Time, which is about 10:30 Eastern Standard, with some more exclusive content. So if you want more Mad Church Disease show content, we love for you to become a revolutionary member of our channel. Please make sure that you hit the join button that's right next to the subscribe button or somewhere around here so that you guys can receive access to special community posts. You guys get all of the access to my community only lives, because we've got some sipping chats that we're going to be doing, and you guys will get exclusive content. So just make sure that you head on over to the channel page, click on the join button, and make sure that you do that. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate your love and support, and I'll see you on my very next video.
We are Mad Church Disease, helping you understand that Jesus plus nothing is everything. This is a show for everyone, believers and non-believers, from churched to the unchurched. Help us grow the channel by supporting our non-profit causes and create more consistent content. Donate by Cash App or PayPal, or buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com.